I had a story in my heart, but I didn't know where to start. Every sentence felt wrong, every draft fell apart. Sat staring at the page like it owed me something, but the words...
So hello everyone, my name is Manon Doucette. I'm a published author. I have my publishing house. I work full-time as a writer, editor, and publisher. So everything is blending. Some people are telling me today that we have a meeting tonight, and I says, that's not tonight. Totally, my days are merging into each other. So, all right. So we're going to go on part number 2. And let's see what you see on the screen here. And I finally feng shui my office. So now I get everything like it's no longer a big mess on my desk. Everything is up and cleared up. So it's nice and clean. So this is the follow-up from yesterday. We were working on that book, Computer and Technology, from the Big Vault book series. And we did station it ourselves onto targeting the senior 60 plus and the caregiver adult 30 to 55. I also have widows and a few other people. Jargon-free, respectful coaching for helping people which facing scamming. And I tell you, I've been working on that since I got up this morning with my coffee to make sure we had a very nice end of class. I already produced a couple of chapters, but I will show you how I proceed so you have a pretty good idea on everything that I've done. Okay. Just in case I forgot before I go any further, you have your notes inside the document. Jess will put it in the chat again so you can follow up. We're working on book number 3. So it's a series which every month I'm doing a book. And every month we're going to end up with a free book in your hands, which is nice. So we did all that yesterday. We did our deep research, our target, our vision, our outline. And I said, today we're going to work on merging those outline and make them the way we want to write inside Sudowrite. So we did have a lot of information done yesterday. Here, I did go this morning and work a proper instruction. So I did go with ChatGPT and chat inside Sudowrite 2 on getting a extra instruction. Why do we do that? For one thing, Sudowrite is something to write fiction. This is a strong suit. It is fiction. So let's go from the start what I did here. So yesterday when we left, that's what we had. So we had a we had the Sudowrite outline, which was done in Sudowrite when we import all our information. So this tab here with everything we did yesterday was imported inside Sudowrite. So which we had about, we had about 55, hold on here, because this is what was imported. 51,366 words imported inside Sudowrite. From there, Sudowrite went in and did put us a genre, nothing in the style, and gave us a synopsis. This is not the original synopsis, and I will walk you through why it's not the original. I had to change it, and for one good reason, he kept bringing Paul inside the prose. I says, well, that's not a story. I want to talk to the people directly, to the reader, and I want them to feel that they're not alone, but I don't want to pinpoint a person directly so much because he was pinpointing Paul. And I will show you the chat that I had inside chat here inside Sudowrite. Says, why do you keep bringing Paul? Where's Paul coming from? And you'll see that. That's kind of funny. It's a bit cocasse for information here. The character, we did close eyes on all of them. So I was wondering, is Paul in here? And Paul is not. And I said, okay, is Paul anything in here? And I check, and Paul is not there. Paul was brought in inside the original outline. Why? Maybe it's somewhere inside the research. There was a Paul story, and the Sudowrite decided to... Sorry about that. decided to get Paul from this. Let me make sure that I don't get disturbed anymore. All right. So that's how he got Paul from somewhere in here. Says, okay, I don't need Paul. We're going to have to figure out a way to get Paul out. So step number 2, I went in. It says, okay, we have this outline here from Sudowrite, and we also have the outline inside chat. And inside chat, we had a pretty impressive outline. Let me scroll back up because we did quite a bit of, this is the original right there, because I did have to copy the original. So basically what I did is I copied the one from Sudowrite, and I says, can you look at the 2 outline for the bestseller book for senior? Outline number 1, da-da-da-da. And then I made a mistake. Like when I passed, I didn't have a chance to put outline number 2. Well, ChatGPT is not stupid. It did say, hey, could you please pass number 2? And I said, oh, okay. So I passed number 2. So both outline are inside here. And it's telling me which one is best, which one is not, why, which one is the winner, which one is not. And then it's doing all those comparisons right here. And it was very interesting. I looked through this and things like that. It says, okay, I like the comparison and I understand what is the winner for this and what's the tie and da-da-da. So I kept on going. It says, one thing that I know, something is missing in the outline. So he says, I don't know what it is, but something is missing. For one thing, I know there was the part where we're supposed to say, we are not the police, we are not CIA, we're not the FBI, we are just writing a book to give instruction to people to help them to walk through the problem they're having and find the right proper place to go and get information. So I says, this is big missing for me. So here says there's a few things which are missing here. One, what to do if I'm already been scammed? It says, wow, okay, yeah, that's missing from this. So it's giving me information on how to do that and what we could do with this part. It says, okay. Then the emotional depth layer. So both outline reduce the shame good, but they don't fully address the fear, the grief, the anger, the humiliation after the scam. Says, okay, yes, so that's missing, we have to make it. Then number 3, missing the new 2026 scam trend section. So it says, that's very important because every year, every month, they change, they add things, and they're getting better at it. Number 4, missing financial protection. Number 5, missing password strategy simplification. Number 6, the missing script and exact words. So they give us information on how to talk to those people. And one thing for sure, one of my kids is a lawyer, and she says, you never say yes, you never say no, you don't give name because they record you. And when they do, they use your voice. So never say those words. Missing family protection strategy. This is massive here on how to do that. And I think I saw that in a few places on TV, commercial, or instruction on how to not get scammed by giving password that only the family member knows, or something very special that only the person that may be the one who's trying to scam you over, that person will know, that the scammer will not know. So there's a few strategy here. And this one here that I was thinking too says something to clarify if you're in Canada or in the US or in another country. We're probably not able to do all the countries, but having a section per country with a few information on how to reach for people. So if you want to be honest, your outline is 90% there. So it's giving us how to fix it. That okay. Create the missing chapter pack. So it's creating the missing chapter pack. Keep on going. I read and read, says, okay, I like this, I like this. Go for it. It's pretty long and is getting all the details, which is nice. And you can come back to these when you finish the book. Says, okay, still missing something, come back here and get ChatGPT to write it for you or write the prompt to bring it inside Sudowrite. Says, okay, now can we write a full master outline? It says, absolutely, let's do it. So 1, 2, 3, missing chapter and a strong Amazon structure. It says everything that we talk inside that chat, he knows that I want to do a master outline about all of it. So here is our master outline with all the details, and we have parts 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then it's giving you conversion. It's giving you also a few things at the back here, what you're going to need next, so like the Amazon description in high conversion, the back cover blurb. When you finish your book, you need that. The keyword strategy to put inside Amazon to sell your book easier. The companion workbook, definitely something that I'm going to see if I can work on that. And a printable challenge tracker. Says, oh, I like all those things, but one thing at a time. Let's do the book first. So then I asked this outline has a disclaimer? It says, no, it doesn't, but I can write one for you. It says, okay, so ChatGPT wrote the disclaimer. It gave me a different version of it, and I choose the one I want, if I want it or not. And then after that, he also gave me a copyright page, another disclaimer, because I think I asked something. So, oh, yes, please, because he gave me here that question. It says, yeah, let's do it. So it's giving me a new disclaimer and a nice dedication page and a short introduction to what the book is about. And then it's giving me a lot more information, and I kept on going. So I have the back of the book, different version, punchy, powerful, and then it's giving me his honest thing. Says number 1 should be the winner. I use number 2, so on. So I got at the end a lot of information that came out from the outline merging. So let's see, at the end I got that beautiful outline. So I'm going to go inside Sudowrite. So we have here the original chat that we had, which has 5,510 words. That was the first original chat outline we got. And what I like is when I bring them inside Sudowrite, I get a new title. So Scam Proof Senior, Breaking Free from Scam Shame, and Scam Proof Senior Guide. So these are things that sometimes you can go back and say, I don't like the title, and that gives you some idea on title. So now what we did is I took the Sudowrite outline and the chat outline, and we became a master outline right there. So this is the master outline that I came out with, the Scam Proof Simple Step-by-Step Guide, part 1. That's the one which has all the parts. What did I do with this? Because now in this outline over here, we're still having the original with Paul. And we don't have, that one doesn't have all the parts. It finished at 16. I don't think that's the new one. There's the part in here. Is it the one I did redo? It's possible that I did redo it already, but that's not the whole point. The whole point here is when you take your master outline, we copy this. And what we do, we go in the outline. So I did master outline, POV, and tense. So we go in the outline here. And here, because I have this outline already, what we do, we go in the custom. We pass in the master outline. You can clean it up a bit if you want. That's not a problem. Remove the things that you don't need. And things inside of it which gives some information to the AI, you can leave it there. It says use this custom outline. Then Jeff yesterday sent me this, says, why don't we try future tense? So I tried that. So second person, future tense, and I said custom outline, and I click go, and it's going to go and do the outline. I'm not going to do it just to save time now because it's already done, but then it's giving me a new outline. And from here, we have our new outline. We're going to go to number 3. We have our new outline. So we have master, and then it says, okay, let's start working with this. I did go inside ChatGPT and I said, all right, can we write this as a nonfiction? How do I tell Sudowrite how to write this nonfiction book? I don't want dialogue. I don't want a special character and all that. So I did go back and forth until I got a proper prompt. To save time here, you have that prompt over here inside the document, where it's giving you the voice, the tone, and now they know this is a nonfiction instructional guide. These are very important because if you don't let them know this is a nonfictional and it's a guide, it's instructional, it's not a story, avoid fictional scene, is going to write them down because this is what Sudowrite is based on fiction. Do I have any questions so far?
No questions so far.
Perfect. So I come with this and says, okay, this is my extra instruction. In the past, we were able to take our extra instruction and go in the world building. In the world building, I was able to create a new card and put that in. I did try, I will show it in number 4, I think it's there. Because it's not on this one, it's on number 4, and it doesn't work, so I will show you anyway. Here, this is the one with the styles to the right, chapter 1. I'm looking at my notes on top, so I make sure that I show you exactly what was done. Extra instruction, all right. Okay, so extra instruction, between everything that I learned inside ChatGPT, the nonfiction, self-help, technology, cybersecurity senior, yada, yada. This is a nonfiction guide, includes step-by-step guide, bullet point, checklist, where it's appropriate. And then here, I did go and ask, and I believe I did that in chat over here in one of those boxes. I will not go back and try to find it, but I went in here and says, okay, what is the best style? And I asked in chat inside Sudowrite that he's able to go and find all the information I already have here. So instead of going in ChatGPT, I use really this one here because this chat knows what is the style of writing. When we go inside another program like ChatGPT, it's giving us something very long and not really wording properly for Sudowrite. So basically, I did go here in chat and I says, please give me the best possible style to write a nonfiction. And I did copy information from the genre, and it came out with this. It was longer, and that's where this is a nonfiction instrumental guide that came from the style. So I took it and I brought it up. And I believe the include this part too was inside the style, inside the chat. I brought it up, which reduced this part to the 40 words on the nose. And this one is at 23. And that's how I got the style box to be written this way. Why the U between bracket? Do not know. And at some point I do delete it in the future boxes. This part here, I did rewrite the synopsis because I did go and write chapter 1. And in chapter 1, it was too much story base. It wasn't what I was looking for. So there's Marcia, there is Paul, there's woman to your left. It's a story. And I says, okay, this is not what I'm looking for. Something isn't right. And let's see if I can find that chat that I did. That's not this one. Might be number 4. I don't see all my chat anywhere. Why, Paul? What am I missing here? History? No. Chat? I'm missing something, getting my screen bigger. I don't see my history of my chat and I don't know why. I should be able to see it. Because here I say why Paul. I have a new discovery Paul origin. Okay. Let me figure out. We need that little history little gear over here. That will be easier. So he did treat us find where Paul come from. So based on the character information, I can see that Paul doesn't have his own individual character card. There's no Paul. There's no Paul inside the world building. So it says maybe origin story for Paul and contemporary. So it's giving me basically Paul is target as a John Doe kind of thing to write the story. So it's just this suggests Paul probably come from a working middle class background. So instead of using the readers, they're using Paul. So, well, not everyone is called Paul. So why is it showing up in my outline? Because it shows up in the outline. So he goes in the outline and he says, I see the issue now. Paul appears in the outline, but he's only referred generically in the character section, but isn't only referred to generically in the character section. There's me explain that Paul in the outline, right in the chapter 1, blah, blah, blah. Says, yeah, I know it's in the chapter 1. That's why I'm asking you where it is. How do I get it out? Because it's not in the character. It's not in the Bible. Why does it matter? Getaway characters. Giving me a bunch of information here, which I'm not going to bore you with that, but basically it's telling me it's in the synopsis. That's So that's where I did go in a synopsis, because here in the synopsis, maybe not this one, but I would have to go back in number 2 and find the original synopsis where Paul shows up. Should be right in this one. Hopefully they don't change here, right there. Paul. Paul is right here again. This is okay. Let's get this synopsis written. So what did I do with the synopsis? Rewrite full disclosure. Why Paul synopsis? I went inside the synopsis and I went in the bottom, and you can see now there's no Paul. And what did I do? I went in the bottom and I click on rewrite. But before I did that, you know that beautiful brain dump, which is not there. Let's get my brain dump back. Now we write. This nice instruction that I brainstormed earlier, I'm going to copy that. And I'm going to go to why Paul. And inside the synopsis, when I click the rewrite, I passed in the whole instruction in. And I says, let's go, rewrite this. And when you rewrite this, Paul disappear, and it's more like about the information we want to write about the book, as you can see. So this is how I got a different synopsis. And then says, that's what we're writing about. From there, I went inside my outline, and I did go and ask to rewrite the outline, because now we have a new synopsis. And remember, the synopsis do affect these information. So the character, the world building, the outline, and the scenes. This is all right. So let's rewrite the outline, and I got the outline rewritten. Then at number 6, which basically now we're ready to write our chapters, I went in, because what I do between all of these is I go click on the 3 dots and I duplicate and duplicate and duplicate until the last duplicate I have has everything I need to write the full information. But we don't do that to keep having. So even when we do the duplicate, it's not something we get charged. So duplicate your scenes or your project doesn't cost anything. So you go for it, duplicate. So from here, you see we have the master and all those information. Now that I'm ready to write all of it, I remove all of those information because I don't want the AI to get mixed up between all the outline and all the other information that I brought inside to help me going through and make sure I have everything I need to write the book. Do I make sense so far? All good?
Yeah, no questions.
All right. So in my brain dump, I kept my very precious instruction because it works. I went in and cleaned it up a bit because when you bring it in, it has a lot of space and stars and things like that. So don't be shy, go clean it up a bit. So remove a few of those. And then I did make sure my genre is perfectly written. My style, it's all done properly. We have the synopsis without Paul. And we regenerate, we make sure all our characters are off. We have and here, the style guide. I says, okay, let's see if the style guide work like in the past. So I put my nice little instruction here, style guide information. It didn't work. For some reason, even when I went inside chapter 1 or even disclosure, I went and put in, instead of putting the whole instruction, I put down, look at style guide. It did not do it. So that didn't work. Don't know why. I will ask Sudowrite if there's something that changed or not. Okay, let's go back here. We did rewrite our outline and I did ask for a disclosure. What I did, I only simply add a chapter. I changed this for disclosure. And inside when I say generate, I says generate a disclosure about yada yada. And then I just said go. And then it gave me a disclosure. This chapter provides essential legal disclaimer and limitation of liability for the book content. It clearly established that while the book offers educational guidance on scam and prevention and digital safety for senior, it is not a substitute for professional advice and so on. So it gave me a very nice disclosure right there. So the AI is pretty intelligent. When you add something and you see what it is, he knows what to write because you have everything on top here to let us know that it is a nonfiction. It is a book for helping people and all that. And it did create that very well for me. So now we have our brand new outline. We do have, we do have names. He bring my bell and he bring a few names along the line, but I will show you how we fix that because beside these names that he brought in, the rest, it's all good. So all is back, go figure. So it's probably inside this here. In our research, we have a Paul and a few names. So I fixed that too. All right, disclosure. I did go and create it. I did ask for my scenes. And I realized that there's something needs to be done before we generate the scene. And I will show you how I do that too. So we have chapter 1 that I wrote, and I can show you a bit what that looks like here. So I went all the way to chapter 3 to make sure everything is nice. So, okay, chapter 3. When you do come in and write, you say, I'm ready to do chapter 3. When you generate this part here, part which it's a lot easier is simply that I'm going to delete this part here. We need to put one or something in here. Normally one is good. Enter your extra instruction first, and then ask to generate your scenes. So this way, when you get your scene, you should have read the extra instruction and give you the scene that you need for the book. And it may take a little bit of while because it's checking everything going on and it's going to write all that. In the meantime, during this is happening, I will show you another tricks. I don't know about you, but editing with all the plus, minus, hashtag, stars, it's taking me forever to edit a book in a nonfiction, in the fiction too, because they do like to put those stars for the bold letters and italic letters and things like that. So this morning I did go and ask inside Discord for some help, and I got a bit of information here. I will show you that, and then I will show you that after. So here, this is the editing part, is the last little tab here. This is what it normally look like when you bring in it. So you have the art of asking, yada, yada, then star, 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 star. There's stars everywhere in your text, and the hashtag, and so on. Because there must be a way to fix that. So there is, you copy this, so you bring it inside the Google Doc, you copy it, and then you go inside the pass. So on the bottom, underneath, or on a new piece of file, document, you go in and says pass from Markdown. And when you do that, you end up with this. So it's not as clean as I like it to be, but I don't have to go and find all the stars. Most of it, it's not badly put back in. We have all our little listing and things like that. And then we have our little box at the bottom. So this is one way for you to go edit from Sudowrite without having all those stars and having to go through everything to clean it up to bring inside, because in my case, I go inside my vellum, and that's where I come in and put everything else. So without the passing, I have to go and find all those stars, go on, put this, go over here and start deleting all those little stars until I finish the whole chapter. And if I do it the way that we can do it, that's how it passed in. And all I have to do is to go and put lines and put things where they belong. The rest is pretty much all done. So that saved me about 50% of my time in the editing section, not having to run after those stars. All right. And this one here, this is the part where I just taught you about. This is our nice little prompt. This is why I say put the prompt first. So put number 1 inside your scene box. Go put the prompt in to make sure that this part here is going to show up and says, okay, you tell me that you want at the second person, present tense, and this and that. So it's going to give you a message to readdress the information that we gave. So here, we still have some name going on, and it did go in. Okay. So it did that. So we have a pretty good scene base. We have our instruction, which is going to read twice. And we use Gemini Pro 3. I tried Gemini 2.5 this morning. It wasn't working. So I says, okay, I really want you to listen to my prose and my instruction. I know it's expensive, but I want a really good book from the get-go. Use that. And I click go. So it's going to go back again. It's going to read the scenes again. It's going to read the extra instruction, again, and then it's going to tell me if everything is fine. Nice checking. Now it says, okay, everything seems to be good. All right. So I hope it's going to write properly and forget that it has a few things like Jane. So sometime when this happens and it doesn't seem to realize that there's no people that should be talking, depending on what things is, but maybe it's using a story for this part, you may have to cancel and do it again. And then on the second pass, normally says, oh, there's no people here. Let's rewrite this scene. So, but sometimes we're just curious and we want to see how it's going to write it too. So let's generate this second person future tense. And again, you can change this at any time. You look at what comes out here and says, okay, I think present tense will be better and things like that. So you can go and fix that. So it doesn't follow our chapter for some reason. Fishing bait, the case of the abstract expert. You will likely, so it's talking directly to the reader. And then it's going to give us the story of Jane. You'll picture Jane as a sharp, capable woman in her late 60s. She is a treasurer of her garden club, and that happens so often. She pays her bill online. She is not afraid of the mouse or the keyboard, but you will also picture Jane on a particular chaotic Tuesday afternoon. You will imagine her at the kitchen table covered in a snowdrift of paper, utility bill, a recipe for the beef bourguignon, and half-written to-do list. Her laptop will be open on the center of this mess. The oven timer will be ticking. Her phone will be buzzing with texts from friends asking what time to come over for dinner. Jane's mind will be juggling 3 different balls at once. That's pretty much what women do. We do that a lot. The sauce on the stove, the electric bill due tomorrow, and the doorbell that just rang. In the midst of this whirlwind, a laptop will chime. A notification will slide into the screen. Urgent. Bank of America alert. Unauthorized transaction of $450 detected. Click here to verify. Oh, do not do that. You will watch Jane's reaction. Her heart will be hammered against her ribs. The beef bourguignon will be forgotten. The logical part of her brain, usually so diligent, will be drowned out by the noise of the afternoon. She will see the logo. It looks like it's the familiar red and blue flag scape. She will see the amount $450. It's not a fortune, but it's enough to hurt. Her finger will be hovering over the trackpad. She will move the cursors to the blue link that says cancel transaction. She will be 1 millisecond away from clicking, but then the training will kick in. She will remember the 5 minutes freeze that is being taught in the chapter above. She will realize that her heart is racing, not because she ran a marathon, but because she is behind manipulated. You will watch Jane take her hands off the mouse. Sorry, I'm going to drink a bit. She will let the email sit there. Where is it? The mouse. She will stand up. She will walk to the stove and stir the sauce. She will take a deep breath. She will let the email sit there, glowing on the screen, powerless without her interaction. When she sits back down, the panic will have recedes. Now, she will look at the email with her red flag radar, fully engaged. She will look at the sender's name. It says Bank of America support. But when she clicks to see the actual email address, she will see something strange. Support team 882 at BOFF -America-security-alert.com. You will notice it to be off America. That's a 0, not a O. She will hover her mouse cursor over the cancel transaction link without clicking it. A little box will appear showing where the link actually goes. It will not point to bankofamerica.com. It will point to bit.ly/secure-verify-99. She will notice the greeting. It doesn't say Dear Jane, it says Dear valued client. Jane will smile a tight, triumphant smile. She will not click. She will verify by logging into her bank app on her phone, where she will see no such transaction exists. She will delete the email. She will go back to her cooking safe and sound. You are Jane. So, what do you think?
I think that's fantastic. I felt the red flags going up when you're reading about the email. It's like, yeah, that's all kinds of bad stuff there. So this is going to be really good.
Yeah, it's very, very good because we're using a fairly expensive and intelligent AI, which has the last information from the web, is giving us a lot of information, tricks and things. I read the disclosure, which talk about how to use the book, that all the information about 2026, how to use it, where to go, what the book will do for you, what not to do. It's a fairly big disclosure. I may have to make a few chapters inside of this instead of a full disclosure because it's giving a lot of information more than I was hoping for. But it's everything in here, it's gold. It's very good information. So when the book is all written and you have your copy, you're going to have to let me know what you think, because this is a really good book to have. I'm learning myself because they are everywhere, those scammers. We have chapter 1 that says no need to panic, but pay attention, where you see she's standing up. She take that 5-minute break. She's looking, she learned from the previous chapter that it's written here, tricks and how the scammer is going around to catch your heart. They are master manipulator, and they have, it's not like a little Joe Blow on the other side of the globe in his bedroom doing this. This is huge $1 billion industry of scammers out there, which are working 24/7 just to scam people without any remorse. They don't care. And there's zero care. And I can tell you because I meet people which got scammed every day. And it's heartbreaking to see the reaction that they have and that they truly believe they're going to get their money back. I mean, and I try to explain to them, sorry, it's not going to happen. It's one in, I don't know, many people, 1,000 people that get some money back. Do not click on these things. Do not take your phone call says, oh, we know you got scammed. We are here to help you. You need to open an account. Click here. And to make sure that it's you, we need that information. And to make sure we can put money in the account, we need you to put money in first. They have so many ways of going about it. It's really, really, really crazy. And they will go to the point that, by the way, we are FBI. Here, the people which scammed you, they send picture to those senior showing someone in a prison and says, because of your diligence, we put this guy in prison and we have 10 more coming up because you actually did click on the red flag and we know that you got scammed and this and that. And it's all scam. There's nothing true about it. So we are 10 minutes before the top of the hours. What I can do here is ask chapter 4 to be written. You have any question for me? We did go through quite a bit of information and I'm going fast and I'm very sorry about that. I'm going to create chapter 4.
Not seeing any questions in chat right now.
I'm going to ask for generate a. I'm going to put the number 1 in. I'm going to go inside the brain dump. I'm going to copy my prompt. I'm going to go in the extra instruction. Here I can take off the 1 and I'm going to generate those scenes. And this one, chapter 4, is the phone scam and voice clone. Yeah, getting your grandkids, your daughter, your brother, your uncle voice. It's so easy for them to pick it up. And these days with our kids, children that do those TikTok video, their voice is out there. It's easy for the scammer to go pick it up. So this chapter addressed the persistent threat of phone scam, opening with detailed walkthrough of a grandparent scam scenario where the AI voice cloning, now common in 2026, mimic a grandchild in distress. Readers learn about caller ID proofing technique that makes scam call appear legitimate, including government agency and financial institution impersonation. The chapter provides exact script for handling suspicion call, emphasizing that hanging up is not rude but protective. A family code word strategy is introduced to verify legitimate emergencies, along with call screening technique and technology solution appropriate for senior. The call safety checklist cover both traditional and AI-enhanced voice scams, but by the chapters and readers have developed the confidence to question unexpected caller and terminate suspicion conversation without guilt or fear of missing real emergency. So begin with a tense scenario where you receive a phone calls that appear to be from your grandson. Explain the caller ID proofing technique using concrete examples. Show the scammer can make calls appear to come from IRS fraud division, your bank, your mom's cells, and they do that. And introduce the family code and detailed practice call screening technique appropriate to senior for 2026, along with our information on how we want it to write. We set second person, future tense, Gemini, and we say, please go and start writing chapter 4. Do we have anyone here which is brand new, wasn't with us yesterday? If everybody from yesterday is with us today?
I'm not seeing any responses either way in chat.
Because if someone is new from yesterday, know that when you stay all the way to the end, once the book is been published, you're going to get a link to the PDF file so you can have your own copy. You're also going to be on KDP on Amazon to be read for free on your phone, iPad, computer.
Okay. Jennifer, if you would message either me or Manon privately in Zoom chat with your email address, that way we can make sure that we've got it, got your email collected for when the book is published.
Exactly. So looking good, each scenes are clear, the objective is concrete and detailed. So let's get it to write this. Since I put the instruction first, it doesn't stop me a lot anymore saying this is not right or this and that. It seems to really follow the instruction and the POV as you write the prose or the scenes already, which is great. It's a saving time. Just make sure that you understand it can take a month or two before you get your copy. I'm extremely it's a lot to work and edit this book to be ready for the publishing. So be patient, but they will be coming. The one on the camera is already up. The one for the addiction is almost done, and this one I'm working on it, and I have to finish with Mary I think the other book vault for next month. We're going to be writing a book on fitness. Can you direct how the scene comes out? Kind of like direction a movie. Yes, absolutely, Madeline, you can do that. In this here, you can tell everything you want inside this instruction, which basically here says this is a nonfiction instruction. I'll write direct to the readers. You can remove the you if you want. Use clear explanation, practical advice, and simple language. Avoid fictional scene, dialogue, and narrative storytelling, unless used briefly as an example. Include step-by-step guide, bullet point, checklist, yada, yada. It's repeating these that we have already inside the style and the genre. In a single block, dramatically change output quality. So add voice, writing style card. So it's giving you a card here that you can put inside the world building. And like I said earlier, it didn't work this time with this in the world building. So I just left it inside this area here. We want strong scene, right? Then it's giving example. Write a nonfiction instructional chapter like title Fishing, the bait on the digital hook. So make sure you have a good title per chapter. Write directly to the reader again. It's going that again. Explain what's fishing is in simple senior language, friendly language. Clear, warning, practical, checklist. Again, it's setting the tone again. So at any point here, you want it to be different. Basically, you can take your, what I suggest is to take all of it, put it back inside ChatGPT or in chat here and says, I want my extra instruction more cinematic or more school-oriented, or like the teacher is in front of the class talking to the students. Just put that in here and it's going to give you a rewrite of this, or telling you, well, just remove this section and replace it with this. Does that help you, Madeline? Yes, you can use chat to help you, absolutely. I do that a lot. I go back and forth, back and forth. I say, chat, this is what I want, but I want in AI language, so I don't mess you up. I know what I want in my book, but how do I tell you how to write it? And back and forth says, this is how you should tell the AI inside Sudowrite. Because I tell, please tell me how the AI inside Sudowrite can do it. And it's going to make a difference between ChatGPT, Claude, and all the other one, that the chat inside Sudowrite is going to be different than the other one. You're welcome. So on this, if there's no more question, this is what I had to show you today. This is now for me to write this book. I should have written, did I move from one place to the next? I'm supposed to write this chapter 4. Cancel. This morning there was a bit of freezing. We're asking a lot, so it's a lot of information for Sudowrite AI to go and get everything and write it for us. So on this, I will, during this thing is writing, I want to say thank you to my co-host, GS. And if you want to go to his class after, in 30 minutes, he's having a class that is going to help. What are you going to show, GS?
This class is on tips and best practices. It's geared for those that are still new to Sudowrite, that are looking for additional guidance on how to make the tools work for you.
Perfect. So go and see his session after that. So chapter 4 is getting written as it goes. Again, say thank you for being with me. You'll get your copy of the book as soon as I can. I'm going to go through this. There seems to be a lot of dialogue in this one. So I would have to go and read. It's not always perfect, so you have to put your 50 cents in there and check why it's doing a lot of this. It seems like it's giving us a small story on things, on what the scenario can look like. At the top of the hour, you're going to receive your email from Sudowrite asking you if you like the session, give us our stars, tell us how we did, and that you're going to be here again next month when I do the next session on how to write a nonfiction book on fitness. And in the class session, when I put them up on Sudowrite or on the Luma, I always put the link for the future book is going to be highlighted. You can click on it to find the book free on Kindle and look at it. Go through the pages and see which part of that book you would like to have a nonfiction book written about. So it's not linked for the next month yet, but when it is, you're going to see that link. So go read the books, look at the fitness vault, and see which part of that fitness book in the vault that you like the topic written for next month. That will be helping me to create something that you really like to have or see written for the next sessions. And we have 3,313, so we have a story. And then after that is giving us how to fix from that story about that voice, which someone cloned the voice of someone, government mask, the goal, the corporate mask, the goal. So a lot of information here for me to go and read, make sure it's all part of the right information. Grandkids, scholars, so it seems pretty interesting. Just a bit of cleaning up to do to make sure everything is good. This one is go to the secret word code. All right, so I'm done for today. So if you have any question, you can ask, or I'm going to stop the video or the recording, and then you can ask after that.
I had a story in my heart, but I didn't know where to start. Every sentence felt wrong, every draft fell apart. Sat staring at the page like it owed me something, but the words stayed quiet and the fear kept thumping. Then I heard a voice inside me say, "You're overthinking, just put something on the page. Write it messy, write it wild, write it like you were a fearless child. Don't wait for perfect, don't delay. If you got something to say, write it anyway. Oh, 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 let it out, let it out, let it write it anyway. Oh, 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 let it out, let it out, let it write it anyway." Some days the magic shows up like lightning. Other days every paragraph feels frightening. Oh, but every page, even the ones that are wrong, are stepping stones to the book where you finally belong. So don't stop now, don't throw it away. You can edit tomorrow, but today, write it messy, write it wild, write it like you were a fearless child. Don't wait for perfect, don't delay. If you got something to say, write it anyway. Oh, 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 write it up, write it up, write it, write it anyway. Oh, 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 write it up, write it up, write it, write it anyway. First draft, chaos. Second draft, clarity. Third draft, confidence. Final dance, magic. Magical. Write it messy, write it bold. Write the story only you can hold. Dream it, draft it, shape the clay. But whatever you do, write it anyway. Oh.